rating gimbals I've used. We'll call that the thumbnail or the title. Good morning, noon, or night. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Zach. Super happy to have you here today. Today, I'm going to talk to you guys about gimbals, why I love gimbals, how I've used gimbals, and the importance of gimbals, what gimbals can do for you, and how they can help you in your content creation or small business. I've used a variety of different gimbals. DJI was my first starting gimbal, and personally, I've been a big fan of the DJI products. I think DJI does a lot of great things with their products and different versatilities to make things work better for the user or creator, right? So I've really loved these. This is the DJI 3 Osmo phone gimbal, and I have loved this guy. It's been a really amazing piece of equipment, and it has been my go-to for a long time for a few different reasons. This thing is old reliable, and it has gone through some hell. It has seen some things, and it still works so amazing and is one of my top pieces of equipment. Unfortunately and fortunately though, I'm going to be selling a lot of my equipment off to get some newer equipment, get into what the new stuff is right now, and to say goodbye to some of these guys. So as unfortunate and sad as it is for me, I'm also excited for the new things that I'll have the ability to use and to review and talk about. But these guys here, really good. I'm not the biggest fan of the 4. The 4 was okay. I've had a few problems and had to replace the 4 about 3 times now, 2 to 3 times. So not the biggest fan of the 4 of the Osmo. They did make a version of this, the DJI SE, and I love the SE. I would not go out of my way to buy the 4, but I would buy the SE, and I would buy one of these used off like Facebook Marketplace or one of these third-party selling apps. I would buy one of these used, but I would first go and use the product and make sure everything works how it should, right, before you take it, because these can have issues, these can break, they can have problems. I've seen these where down in here breaks and it just spins kind of weirdly or has weird drifts during filming. So you just want to check stuff like that, make sure it doesn't have weird drifts or stuff like that. These are the next couple gimbals that I have used in the last few years. I upgraded to the DJI 5 when it first came out. I thought it was super amazing. It has a lot of features to it. The 2 motors that it has as well, just to help you get those stabilized shots as you're going out and filming. I have enjoyed this guy. Another thing that I've enjoyed about it is the fact that you can break this down and it gets super small. This part folds over, as you can see, and then you can stick this into your pocket. So it's a really compact, really nice gimbal, especially if you're on the road, on the go, kind of going around, jumping from business to business or shoot to shoot. Maybe you're vlogging, doing some content like that. It's a really nice gimbal that's pocket size. You can just shove in and you can go on your way. So I really like this guy. Cons of it, I'm not the biggest fan of it when it's all expanded out and going. I don't think the stabilization was my favorite doing stuff like this. So I think it was a good gimbal. It wasn't my favorite. If I had to rate all these guys, which maybe we'll do that, rating gimbals I've used, we'll call that the thumbnail or the title of this video, right? But rating gimbals I've used, this one, I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. Super great product, super good. Amazing how it flows, amazing how it works, and the durability of it. I've used this since 2020. It is now 2025, so quite some time I've had on this guy. 4.5, 5 years. Really awesome. Absolutely haven't destroyed it. Used it for a ton of films, ton of different projects, and it's got a little bit of wear and tear on it, but that's expected. But for it to work still amazingly, a great camera here, but great gimbal here. I have absolutely loved it. If I had to rate the DJI Osmo 4, I'm going to give this one a 3 out of 10. I really didn't like this one. I was really excited for it because it had a similar build to the Osmo 3, and I thought it would flow in similar ways that the Osmo 3 did. But there was a few things that they changed up on this. I did love that they added the quick connect and disconnect from the gimbal. That was a huge pro for it, so I really enjoyed that. But overall, I'm going to give this one a 3 out of 10. Had to replace this a few times, so I wouldn't recommend going out of your way to buy this. but I'm also going to pretend like this is the DJI SE because it looks very similar. The DJI SE, I'm gonna go ahead and give that one a 7 out of 10. It was a very good gimbal for the time that I used it. I don't have one currently, but I've used it. Really good product that tells you a little bit of how to use it when you get it. So awesome features on that guy as well, and the flow of it, you can change the modes up on one of the buttons up here. So I really enjoyed it. I really liked the DJI SE, but as for the DJI Osmo 4 gimbal, not a big fan. The 5, I'm going to give the 5 a 7 out of 10 as well. I think the 5 has a lot of strong suits for it. I think it has a lot of versatility. You can, you know, throw it in your pocket and go on your way, which I have really enjoyed about this product. So the DJI SE, or not SE, the DJI 5 Osmo, I hope it's Osmo. I'm pretty sure it's the Osmo, but the 5th version, 5th edition of the gimbal, this one, I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. Like I said, really good for different things or traveling if you're making content that way. But I want to talk to you guys really about switching from DJI to a different product. And there's a few pros, there's a few cons with it. But I have loved the Insta360 Flow Pro. This little gimbal has been absolutely amazing for a lot of different reasons. I loved that they did this with the iPhone. I'm not sure the Android phones, but they have the quick connect for the iPhone that has the magnet in the back. So I can show you guys real quick. So this is a different version. Take that off real quick. So you pop this on to you can do your phone case, or you can just do the phone. I like to do the phone case so I don't have to undo everything all the time. But you take it out, pop it up like this, and it's ready to go. Super cool. They also did a tripod built into the handle here. So the tripod slides out, you can set it out on tripod mode. But the biggest thing that I loved about this was the AI follow. The follow was crazy. The movements with this thing too, super amazing. I love the movements with this guy. I love filming with this, getting some good content or getting around something. I really loved the difference in this and what they changed up. I saw a lot of times with the DJI equipment, I would get the bar up in the camera lens. This one does it occasionally, but definitely not as much as some of the DJI products. The DJI products, in a lot of my content, you can see the arm come up and in, especially when you're moving around, because I think with gimbals, you got to have certain moves when you're going to show something or display a product. You got to have certain walk-arounds, certain movements with your arms. And in some of those movements when I was filming, like I first started using these with trailer videos. When I was doing that, there was a lot of my trailer content that would have the arm in it from the DJI products. So I am absolutely loving the Insta360. One of the big things that I'm loving right now is the newer version. This is the Insta360 Flow Pro 2, which has a lot of features on it, and I'm going to break this down a little more in depth on another video, but this one is super amazing. I will say what I don't like the Insta360 did with the Flow 1 versus the Flow Pro 2 is they made it so you had to get new attachments for the compatibility for it. I like to use the magnetic feature on the back of the iPhone, right, to pop these in and off, take these off when I'm, you know, not using the product right directly. So I'm going to shut this down. You can see it folds up really nice. This is the Osmo Flow Pro 1. But you'll see with the Flow Pro 1's magnetic attachment, I cannot use it with the Flow Pro 2, so I wasn't a big fan of that. I think that's kind of I think that's capturing a market and selling a product that you don't exactly need to change everything up. I'm not sure why they went with this new locking mechanism, and maybe it's because they're having stuff fall off of the Insta360 Flow 1, but I just didn't like how they did that. I just feel like that's a little bit of a money hungry thing to do, to make someone buy all new stuff for the camera, right? And it's not all new things, but to completely redo that, I was like, oh, I'm not the biggest fan of that. So I had to spend an extra 25-30 bucks to get this little attachment on here, which, I mean, it's nice because it's got this built in and you can set your phone up, right? But am I always going to go out of my way to use that? Probably not. Most of the time when I'm done filming with these guys, I just pop the magnet right off, right, and I don't use it until it's time to film again. But I will say, I do love the features on this. I love how this thing unlocks. I love the dual motor function in it. It might even have 3 motors. I gotta look a little bit more in depth into this guy before I talk fully about it, but I'm absolutely loving it. I love how it moves with the gimbal here, and you can see that it's got really nice movement with it. I just love Insta360. Insta360 has been blowing my mind with a few things, but they're not my absolute most favorite brand. My 2 favorite brands are DJI and Insta360. I think both of them go head to head with different products and different things. I'm actually filming this on the Action 5 Pro. Absolutely have loved this little basically GoPro style camera, but they've done a lot to make it, in my opinion, just stand out from GoPro and the Insta360 version of a GoPro. I'm just not the biggest fan of their camera, but I've been super pumped about the Action 5 Pro and the quality that it's done for me. I'm gonna mess around with it a little bit more and find some more stuff to talk about this, but so far, overall, I've really loved this guy. But is it the top recommendation for today? No, I'm still gonna recommend the Insta360 Flow Pro 1, just because I have gotten used to it. I've used this in multiple different films and shoots, and it's done very amazing for me. It also has a cool little cold shoe mount right here for a microphone if you needed to attach one to it, so I really like that as well. I just overall really love this. It's just as small as the DJI Osmo Pocket. Not quite as, well, actually, let's check these out. Yeah, so about similar in different ways. So they're both good pocket gimbals, and I've really enjoyed that about it. I'm probably gonna sell the 5 as well and just hold on to the Insta360s because, man, they just blew me away with their products, the things that you can do with their products, the movements with it, and I feel like Insta360 just really does things with the editing programs as well to help out with that kind of stuff. This one as well also has the tower, so I can do this for my filming, you know, move around, get those cool shots. I haven't used that part a lot, to be totally honest with this one, but all in all, I've really enjoyed using gimbals. I think gimbals take your content and the quality of your content to a whole new level, and as well as these come with editing apps too, so while you're using it, you're most likely going to be inside an app moving with it, right? But they come with editors too. The editors on all of them I think are powerful. DJI has been working on theirs for years, so it's got a lot of awesome cool stuff for mobile editing as well as Insta360s. I'm a bigger fan of DJI's editing mobile app versus Insta360s. I think Insta360s is a little bit confusing, so I normally I actually don't use any of those for mobile editing. My favorite mobile editor is CapCut. I definitely recommend using that. CapCut is an amazing mobile editor, especially the free version. When I first got started using I was using CapCut. But so pretty much that's the video. I just wanted to talk to you guys about gimbals, why I've used gimbals, my experience with different gimbals. So if you're looking to get into new equipment, new things, that's just my opinions, my experiences, and why I've used gimbals. Gimbals do a lot for your content. They can really take things to the next level. They can take things to a professional level as well. And you'll see there is a lot of amazing content creators out there on social media, on YouTube, that use phones versus these high quality cameras and get super similar results. And I know that there's a huge stigma and back and forth with, you need a huge, nice, DSLR camera, or just these fancy high-tech cameras, right? But I really don't think you do, especially if you're just getting started in content creation, you're just getting started in your business, you're just getting started. I don't think you need to spend all this crazy money, right? I think as you branch out, build out, it's good to evolve and build your content out and have the high quality stuff. But to start, you don't need all that. You don't even need all that in all aspects. I just think that there's so much that you can do with action cameras, big cameras, phones, drones. There's so much cool stuff that you can do with content creation, cameras, and all the amazing stuff out there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you got a nugget out of today's video, or something that maybe could help you in your content creation as you go along. I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys in the next video.